Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and Chordata. So in the sequence of phylum, so we have finished 4 phylum. So first is the Porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, and Platyhelminthes. And now we will discuss next phylum. The next phylum, they have given the name, and the name of phylum is the Aschelminthes. What we will discuss next phylum, Aschelminthes, and we will talk about this next phylum. And yesterday I have talked so 4 different phylum which I have already told about this. And one thing, I today in this video I will give some question, and those students, they will reply, or they will reply with the comments. So I will display their name. So they have given a correct answer, and this thing is going on. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to discuss next phylum, Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes, also called roundworm. Aschelminthes, also called the roundworm. Why we call roundworm? Because if you cut their cross section, then you will get the circular. Section. So due to this, it is called the roundworm. Okay. And if you'll check the organ system level of organization, it means you have I already talked with you. So first is the protozoa, protoplasmic red organization. Second is the cellular level organization found in the porifera, then tissue level organization found in the coelentrates, and then organ level organization found in the platyhelminthes. And now we are discussing about the Aschelminthes. So Aschelminthes have the organ system level of organization. So one very important characteristics of the Aschelminthes, they are the pseudocoelomate animal. Pseudocoelomate, we have already discussed 3 different types of the coelom. So acoelomate, no body cavity; pseudocoelomate, we will discuss later; and coelomate means they have the actual body cavity. So here these are considered as a pseudocoelomate animal. It means they have the mesoderm. You know what is the coelom? Coelom is the body cavity which externally as well as internally lined by the mesoderm. So here they have also body cavity, but these body cavity means mesoderms. Mesoderms found in the small scattered pouches. Clear, mesoderms found in the scattered pouches. So due to this, it is considered as a pseudocoelomate animal. Next is the triploblastic animal. From the platyhelminthes to up chordata, they are considered as a triploblastic animal. And you know what is the means of triploblastic? So triploblastic means they have the 3 germ layer: endoderm, ectoderm, as well as mesoderm. Okay. So next point, they have given alimentary canal. If you see the alimentary canal, so alimentary canal is complete. What means of the alimentary canal? And this type of organization also called the tube within tube. Such type of the organization, they have already asked one time NEET examination. So tube within tube animals. So tube within tube. So they show such type of the organization. Alimentary canal is complete with a well-developed muscular pharynx. Alimentary canal complete with a well-developed muscular pharynx. Muscular pharynx used for the attachment with the host. Okay. And why we say why we are here it's saying the alimentary canal complete? Because we have already talked about these 2 things, digestion. So 2 different types. One is the incomplete, another is the complete. Incomplete means they have only single pore. Incomplete means they have only single pore, and complete digestion means they have the 2 different pore. One is in ingestion, another is the egestion. So here it is showing the complete digestion, and they have the muscular pharynx. An excretory tube removes the body wastage from the body cavity through the excretory pore. It means they have the excretory pore by which they remove the excretory material, So here you can see they have given the some figure. So here they have given the some figure, and some example also have given. First is the Nereis. And Nereis is the dioecious in nature. Nereis is the dioecious in nature. Dioecious means sexes separated. So how you will differentiate? I'm saying wrong, not Nereis. So here they have given the Ascaris. Okay. So Ascaris, if you'll check the example, so they have given the Ascaris and female Ascaris, male Ascaris. So here they have given the male Ascaris as well as female Ascaris. So how you will differentiate between male and female? So male person are always shorter. If we'll check their height, so their length is the very short. Their length, body length is the very short. In case of the in case of the Ascaris, so here male person are the very short and female person, so female person body is the long. Clear? So this is the male, you can see here showing the figure, this is the male and this is the female. Clear? So, and if you'll see one thing also, curvature, their end, if you'll check their anus end, so anus end curvature, so where found curvature found in the male, and female have the female have no curvature, female have no curvature. So with the help of this figure, you can easily understand the difference between male Ascaris and female Ascaris. So female Ascaris, so this is the difference. And here they have given the fertilization. If you check the fertilization, so fertilization is the internal, and development may be direct or indirect. Clear? So development may be direct or indirect. And during the development, suppose that direct development, so they have the young ones resemble with the adult. Young one resembles with the adult. It means you can say if they have the larval stage, so larval stage they have the similarity to like adult. Clear? They have the similarity to like adult. So due to this, you can't say this is the larval stage. Okay, but there is the development maybe indirect or direct. Example, they have given the Ascaris roundworm, Wuchereria bank of tribe, which cause the disease filariasis, and this is also known as the filarial worm, filariasis or elephantiasis. And cyclostoma, also known as the hookworm. So these are the example of the Aschelminthes. So next phylum they have given the Annelida. So next phylum what they have given? Next phylum it have given the Annelida. Annulus means little ring. So if you'll check, so annulus is the Latin words, and which means is the little ring. So one very important and characteristic property of the Annelida. So they are considered as a triploblastic. And metamerically segmentation. This is the very important characteristics we have already talked about in the basis of classification, metameric segmentation. So metameric segmentation is the basic characteristics of the Annelida. It is also found in the Arthropoda. Some chordates also have, but basically metameric segmentation found in case of the Annelida. And these are the coelomate animal. You already saw. So in case of the Aschelminthes, so they have the pseudocoelomate, but here these are considered as a coelomate. It means they have the true types of the coelom. Clear? True. And you know, so coelom is also two different types: cygocoelic coelom and introcoelic coelom. And introcoelic coelom also called the deuterostoma, and cygocoelic coelom also called the protostomy. So here they have which type of coelom? So it have the cygocoelic coelom. From Annelida to Echinodermata, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, they have the Arthropoda and Mollusca. It have which type of coelom? So it have the cygocoelic coelom, and after that they have the introcoelic coelom. Okay. So if you'll see here, they have given their body surface. It means one is the very important characteristic feature, segmentation, and this segmentation is also known as the metamers. So here they again, the body surface is distinctly marked into segments or metameres. Okay, and hence this is the name have given the Annelida. So this is named due to this the presence of these metamers, this segmentation, and they gave the name Annelids. Okay. And if we'll check the example, so they have given the example, one very important example, Nereis. Nereis is the aquatic Annelids. Okay. And one important characteristic feature of the Nereis that have the Poirapodia. Nereis have the parapodia, and these parapodia involves in the locomotion phenomenon. Clear? So here you can say one thing, Nereis are provided with the lateral appendages, and these lateral appendages is known as the parapodia, and these parapodia helps in the swimming phenomenon, and one also function performed by the parapodia, that is the respiration also performed by the parapodia. And if you see the figure, so here they have given the two different types of the figure. Nereis, so Nereis is the dioecious, okay. Nereis here dioecious, and Nereis, one is the Nereis, another is the heteronereis. So what is the difference between Nereis and heteronereis? So Nereis is the sexually immature. Nereis is the sexually immature, and heteronereis is the sexually mature. Heteronereis is the sexually mature. Okay. And one thing if you'll check, so there are two. If you'll sexually mature means heteronereis, they have also two different region. One is the atope, one is called the atope, another is the epitope. Atope means like atope means you can say sexually immature, and epitope sexually mature. Epitope sexually mature. So simply you can say Nereis sexually immature, heteronereis sexually mature. And these heteronereis further divided into two different regions, atope and epitope. Atope sexually immature and epitope sexually mature. So this is the difference between Nereis. Clear? So Nereis, one important feature of the Nereis I had already told to you. So they are provided with the parapodia, and parapodia is the lateral appendages which involves in the swimming phenomenon as well as okay, so it involves in the swimming phenomenon as well as respiration. Clear? So these annelids, they possess longitudinal and circular muscles which helps in the locomotion. Clear? So annelids, they have also some special type of the muscle, longitudinal circular muscle, and these muscle involves in the locomotion phenomenon. These muscles involves in the locomotion phenomenon. Clear? So you know very well. So in case of the annelida, they have the hydraulic skeleton by which they can perform their movement. So annelida, they have the annelida basically earthworm. Earthworm, they have the hydraulic skeleton by which they can perform the locomotion. Okay. Closed circulatory system. So circulatory system here, circulatory system will check. So only two places in case of the non-chordates. In case of the non-chordates, closed circulatory system, only Annelida as well as cephalopods of the phylum Mollusca both have the closed circulatory system, and every non-chordates they have the open circulatory system. So each have the open circulatory system. Okay. And present is the they also have the one thing important which involves in the excretion, and the named as the nephridia. They have named as the nephridia, single nephridium. Clear? It involves in the osmoregulation as well as excretion. We have already talked about in case of the phylum Platyhelminthes, they have also provided with the flame cells, which is also known as the protonephridia or protonephridia. So these protonephridia involves in the excretion phenomenon. So that is the primitive type of the nephridia, primitive type of the excretory system. Now here they have given the nephridia. Okay. And next is the neural system. Neural system of the annelids consists of the paired ganglia. They have the paired ganglia, and they connected by the lateral nerves to the double ventral cord. They have the lateral nerves. Lateral means body, sidewise the body. Okay, sidewise the body. So lateral nerves to double ventral nerve cord. So they have the two ventral nerve cord, means two abdomen nerve cord. Okay. And one thing you can see here also, example Nereis and aquatic form. I already talked about this. Nereis and aquatic form, and dioecious means sexes separated. But earthworm and leeches are monoecious. Earthworm and leeches are monoecious. So earthworm, they have also given in the syllabus in next chapter, structural organization in animals. So but in your syllabus they will not ask, but you can't say anything, maybe ask. Okay, so in that chapter we will discuss only cockroach here, but little bit property. So you know their body, earthworm body, they have divided into three different region. They have divided into three different region. one region which have divided into three different regions. This structure is called the clitellum, and clitellum is the glandular muscles. Okay, glandular muscles, and these clitellum. So these clitellum involves in the formation of egg. It involves in the formation of egg, and above the clitellum, that is called the preclitellar region, and later of the clitellum, that is called postclitellar region. So these have divided into the earthworm. And one more also important thing, the locomotory organ of the earthworm is considered as a city. These are considered as a city only not found in the first and last segment, and one more also into the clitellar region. So there is the city not found, first segment and last segment, and into the clitellar region. So no city found, and every segments of this earthworm, they are provided with the city. Okay, so these have given they have given in your NCERT, but it's not syllabus. So sometime they may be asked in this chapter. So due to this, I have described a little bit about them. Next is the reproduction. If we'll check the reproduction, so reproduction is the sexual. So sexual types of the reproduction takes place. Example: Nereis, Ferretima, that is Ferretima postama, Hirudinaria, that is the blood-sucking leech. Hirudinaria, blood-sucking leech. How we learn? So NPHS, Nereis, Ferretima, Heredinaria, and sea mouse. So these have given an example of the Annelida. Okay. So next phylum they have given the Arthropoda. Arthro means jointed, poda means appendages. So they have the jointed appendages. This is the very important characteristics of the Arthropoda, jointed appendages. And one more also, their body consists of the exoskeleton, and this exoskeleton is made up of the chitin. They have the body, and this body covered with the chitin, and chitin form the exoskeleton. And you know very well, chitin is a homopolysaccharide which is made up of the NAG. NAG means N-acetylglucosamine. N-acetylglucosamine involves in the formation of the chitin, and chitin also considered as a cell wall of the fungus. Okay. So this is the one also very important property. So this is the largest phylum. This is the largest phylum. First largest phylum is the Arthropoda. Second largest phylum is the Mollusca, and third largest phylum is the Protozoa. So why they have the largest phylum? Because they have the include one class which is known as the Insecta. So largest phylum Arthropoda, largest class Insecta, and which includes what they includes? They includes the insects. Due to this, it is the largest phylum. Over 2/3 of all named species on the earth are arthropod. It means you can say 2/3. They if you have the total number of them, so 2/3 covered by these arthropods. Okay, so 2/3 covered by the arthropods. The body of arthropods is covered by the chitinous exoskeleton. The body of arthropods covered by the chitinous exoskeleton. I had already told this thing. Okay. So next property of this phylum Arthropoda. So you can say the body consists of the head, thorax, and abdomen. So their body have the three different regions. So their body have the three different region consist of the head, thorax, and abdomen. So one thing I forgot to tell about phylum Annelida. So phylum Annelida, they have also indirect development, and there is one larva found which is named as the trochophore, which is named as the trochophore. And if you'll check the connecting link between annelids and arthropods, okay, if you'll check the connecting link between annelids and arthropods, so peripetus considered as a connecting link between annelids and arthropods. So what is the connecting link? Connecting link means, so they have the similarity, they have the specific characters which have the similarity between both. So like I'm saying peripetus, so peripetus have the some characteristics of the Annelida and some characteristics of the Arthropoda. Okay. So the body consists of the head, thorax, and abdomen. So their body parts divided into three different regions. They have jointed appendages. I had already told this thing, because they have the jointed appendages, and this presence of the jointed appendages They are also known as the arthropods. They are also known as the arthropods. Okay. And one more also they have given the important thing, respiratory organ. So their respiratory organ considered as a gills. Their respiratory organ considered as a gills. And book gills, book lungs. Okay, book lungs were found. Book lungs found into the spider. Book lungs found into the spider. Clear? And cockroach. Cockroach have the tracheal system. You know very well cockroach body. They have the small pore. That this small pore is known as the spiracles. By spiracles air enters inside the body, and through the tracheal system it gaseous exchange takes place. Clear? So in case of the cockroach, they have the tracheal system. In case of the spider, they have the book lungs and gills, and book gills also involve the respiratory phenomena. Circulatory system is open. I had already told. So circulatory system of arthropods is considered as a open type. Clear? So one thing they have also given about the arthropods, and these arthropods have the number of example. They have given the number of an example, and some of them they act as a vector. Some of them they act as a vector. So number of disease it carried by this arthropods animals. Okay. So sensory organ, if you'll check they have also the sensory organ, and this sensory organ is called the antennae. They have the sensory organ which is known as the antennae. And one also characteristic feature, compound eye. Compound eye, this is the they involves in the mosaic vision. Compound eye involves in the mosaic vision, and these have the ommatidia. They have the number of ommatidia, and this is the characteristic feature of the arthropods. Statocyst or balancing organ, I have already told about in case of the Cylindrata, Aurelia arita jellyfish, they also have like this organ, statocyst or balancing organ. I had already told about this thing. Okay. Next, excretion. Excretion takes place through the Malpighian tubules. Malpighian tubules, and one important characteristic feature of the Malpighian tubules, it is found in case of the cockroach. Okay, and these Malpighian tubules, they are directly attached with the digestive system. They are directly attached with the digestive system. So this is the characteristic feature of the Malpighian tubules. Okay, where it found? It found in the cockroach body. They are mostly dioecious. They are mostly dioecious. Most of them they are the dioecious in nature, and development may be direct or indirect. So maybe development direct, indirect. Most of them they have like in case of the grasshopper, pupa, nymph, different larval stages found. Okay. If you'll check the example, so they have given the number of examples. So this is the big task to you, how you will learn. So here they have been, I have also made some trick by which you can learn. So first is the for Tamil, Edda Paddi Anna Bore Lonely. Edda Paddi Anna Bore Lonely means you can say here one thing. Edda Paddi is the person. It is the CM of Tamil Nadu state. Anna, this is the brother. In Tamil, you can say brother. Bore lonely. Bore means that is the feeling bore, and lonely means individually. So you can say Edda Paddi Anna Bore lonely. It means Edda Paddi means economic importance. Anna means epis. Bore stands for bombyx, and laxifer means lonely. Okay. Next is the volunteer adjusted absence of chair. Suppose that volunteer came and there is no chair. So what they will do? They will adjust. They have adjusted. Okay. They have adjusted. So this have given. Volunteer means you can say vector. Volunteer vector. Adjusted means eddies. And absence means anopheles. And chair means culex. Chair means culex. So this is the short trick. I think you are getting, you are understanding, and you are also getting very sharply. So next example also have given by which you can easily learn. So one thing they have given the LPG. LPG, that is the L stands for locusta. L stands for locusta. P stands for pest. P stands for pest. And G stands for the gregarious. G stands for the gregarious. So king fuel means here they have given. So living fossils, limulus, that is also known as the king crab. Clear? So living fossil limulus, this is known as the king crab. Clear? So these have given the example LPG, king fuel. So gregarious, pest, locusta, and these are considered. One thing also they have given the about some examples.